The breathless reporting of quarterback completion numbers from OTAs is silly. I'll put it that way. I'll clean it up. Is silly. However, there is an insatiable desire to know. Like, I want to know, and you want to know, and the fans want to know. So I get it. Like, we're feeding the beast, and without fans that want to know, none of us have jobs. So I get it. Like, we're doing the right thing. Totally get it. I just caution against the overanalysis of these numbers.
That's fair.
Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Let's transition to the Browns. For those who don't know, I do the games for the Browns on the radio here. I am not there this week for OTAs. They have an OTA today, and the Browns will be back on the practice field tomorrow. And Kevin Stefanski and Jim Schwartz and Bubba Ventrone and a bunch of players will be talking tomorrow, as they did last Wednesday when Joe Flacco's comments were totally blown out of proportion. I was there for rookie minicamp. I saw both days of practice. I stood on the field and watched Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders throw the football. They both had really good moments. We're like, all right, I see it. There it is. And they both had moments where like, yeah, they're rookies. Perfect example. Shedeur's very first snap, his very first day at rookie minicamp, he bobbled it coming away from center because, hey, you're under center. That's different for most college quarterbacks making the transition. And then with the rush getting to him because he was late getting away from the line, he backpedaled, and then kind of like lofted it like 15 yards down, like to the sideline. And if that were a game, you were like, oh, my God, it would have been like a disaster pick. Like,
sure.
And you're like, oh, my God. But that was the very first play. From that point on, he looked great. And then he was throwing touchdowns. He was throwing back shoulders to local kids who ended up getting signed on the spot because they were tryout players. So all of the above is true. Both he and Dillon Gabriel had good moments, and they had rookie moments. Also true, both of them have been exemplary in the building and on the podium, both in the classroom, in the community with their teammates, with all the staffers in the building. No one's saying a bad word. I've done sit-downs with both Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur, blown away by them both. Thought they were great. I knew Dillon a little bit. I did an Oregon game last year, had a production meeting with him last year, had interviewed him previously as well on the radio. I'd pay the guy to be my therapist. I think he's that mature. Shedeur had never met him, obviously worked with Dad back in the day, broke the ice with Dad, was very impressed by him. He's got $1 million smile, but there's some deep thoughts behind that smile. He's got a lot to say. He's introspective. I think he's got a great, broader perspective on life. At one point during the interview, you could see it on all the Cleveland Browns social channels on their YouTube. I tweeted the whole thing as well. I put it on Threads as well. I put it on Blue Sky as well. I thought at one point it was really telling. He looked at the camera and kind of spoke to young athletes, kind of, took a left turn and, cautioned young athletes about the perils of social media. I was beyond impressed with my first interaction with the guy. Spent about 15 minutes with him. Very, very impressed. But back to your initial question. The reporting of what happens in OTAs breathlessly and somehow using that to determine on a show, which is what we're doing right now, understandably, somehow determining right now who's going to start week one is beyond foolish. Mm-hmm. It is so foolish. It is June 3rd. Yeah. Okay? It is June 3rd. Well, take the Browns, for example. They have a joint practice with the Eagles. They have a joint practice with the Panthers. They have 3 preseason games that this year truly do mean something. Truly do. Let it play out. They will each, those rookie quarterbacks, and Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco, they will each have a moments to shine. Okay? And look at Sam Darnold's red zone picks yesterday. Are they bad for Sam, or is it, hey, good for Julian Love? Let's praise the defender who made one of those picks.
Sure.
Dillon Gabriel's pick day 2 at rookie minicamp. Do you knock Dillon Gabriel? Yeah, he could have made a better throw. Or do you praise the 33rd overall pick, Carson Schlesinger, the linebacker at UCLA, who made a nice play? There's another side to that bad play for that quarterback. How about the first pick, night 2, getting a pick in his second practice in the NFL? It goes both ways.
Yeah, but it ain't about that.
But let's scream on TV about how the quarterbacks should be seated on the depth chart.
Yeah.
For who, for what? It don't matter.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.